So the first thing I want to frame is that prioritization comes in layers. I want to change your mindset around prioritization away from a linear activity to one that happens in stages. So often we get taught, rank list the backlog. And whilst that is good and we need to do that, there's a few extra layers to it than just our product backlog. So to explain all that, prioritization really starts at the top with your strategy and your goals. The question you got to ask yourself is, what goals are we trying to achieve? What outcomes are we trying to drive today? Now, once you've got that and you've prioritized an outcome over other outcomes, the next question is, what customer opportunities or business opportunities exist within the confines of that outcome? So let's say that our outcome that we've chosen to prioritize is retention. And we've done that because, the data's told us that we have a real retention problem. And we believe that if we don't fix that as soon as possible, that we're going to have a bigger problem down the track. And that's why we prioritized it above anything else. And it aligns to our strategy, etc. Now, the question is, what are all the things that we could do to help solve that retention problem? What are all those opportunities? What are some of the problems and hypotheses that we have about retention, our retention problem? And we want to prioritize those next. What are the opportunities within that space? Once we've landed on prioritizing those opportunities, we start at the top. We take that opportunity, we do discovery on it, and let's say that we've validated it and we're moving forwards. The next question is, what are all the ways that we can solve it? And this is where we start to get down to those list of ideas and solutions that are often the things that are on our backlog. And now we want to prioritize those. So if you kind of maybe picked it up already, what we're doing is it's a multi-layered activity. We're starting with prioritizing goals. And one of the beautiful things with this is, backlogs are very, very long often. I've seen some places with backlogs with over 1,000 items on it. Now, as a product manager, I don't know about you, but personally, it's impossible for me to prioritize 1,000 things. It's just not humanly possible. But what I definitely can do is starting with goals, prioritize 2 or 3 of those. Maybe there's only 5 real goals or outcomes that we could have based on our strategy. And really, I just need to prioritize those. What's a bigger problem for us right now? Retention or acquisition? Or, a few other dimensions. That's easier than prioritizing 1,000 items. Once I have that goal, then it starts to skinny the field of all the opportunities that we could do. There's probably all these great stuff that you're hearing from your customers and you're hearing from the market. But the question becomes, what out of all of those align to that outcome? And then from there, you're going to have only a few opportunities that fit within that outcome. Instead of having, say, 50 opportunities, you might have 10, and that's much more manageable. So the question becomes, how do I prioritize those 10 as it relates to that outcome? Which one is going to give me the most bang for buck? From there, we move into the solution space. And again, I'm only going to ideate a handful of solutions to that chosen opportunity. And this becomes much more manageable than having this really long list of backlog items, say hundreds long. I'm trying to break things down, prioritize an outcome, then prioritize the opportunities that fit within it, and then prioritize those solutions that fit underneath that opportunity. And this is how product managers effectively prioritize. It's not something that you get everything in the backlog, put it in a spreadsheet and do some magic calculation to rank them all. It really is a multi-layered activity. Starts with strategy, works on the outcomes, works onto our opportunities, and then onto solutions. And there's some fantastic tools out there that can help you really do that and build kind of tree maps around that. And the best part of all of that is what we're trying to do is make prioritization much more manageable, much more effective.